The United States has decided to give Ukraine 31 battle tanks, the most powerful offensive weapons the Pentagon has sent yet. The increased direct involvement by Washington and its NATO allies hinders chances for a diplomatic solution and has led to open threats of an escalation into nuclear war.
We heard Annalena Baerbock say in the Council of Europe, it was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, that we are at war with Russia, and so there's no, there's no question about what's really going on here, and there's certainly no question in the minds of people in Russia who have all this weaponry being wheeled up to their borders.
The announcement came just one day after Ukraine's government saw its biggest corruption scandal and mass resignation since the unrest with Russia began, bringing down a top presidential advisor and a dozen leading officials. Public support for Ukraine has fallen almost 25% from its highest level last March. Recent polls show that 53% disapprove of the way President Joe Biden is handling the situation, and that 47% of Americans want Kiev to settle for peace soon. The same poll noted that if people think Ukraine is winning the war, then they are much more supportive of more aid.
What are you sending the money for? Well, protect freedom, and, well, it's being successful. Okay, some people will buy that. If it's not being successful, the number of people that will buy that goes down precipitously. And so that's, the happy talk is necessary to make it seem like we're not just opening the window and pouring the money out onto a flame or whatever.
Since last year, Ukraine has received over $50 billion in military aid from the West, which is slightly more than Russia's entire 2022 defense budget. However, the Republican takeover of the House of Representatives has included promises to rein in the Democratic Party's war spending, as polls say over half of Republicans no longer support funding Ukraine. Kiev has already shifted their demands to fighter jets, which will be the next debate within NATO. The conflict continues to escalate, with few voices for diplomacy heard within the United States. Ramin Mazaheri, PressTV, Chicago.